G'day human Latiosites, this is Latios and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Picross, where you use logic puzzles to draw Pokemon pictures. So, let's begin. Last time we entered Area 12 and we drew some Pokemon including Alakazam and Pidgeot. This time, I guess we're drawing whatever this is. It's 20 by 15, it's going to be a big puzzle. We are going to need set at least one fairy type and use slow time at least once. I don't think we have anything big enough with slow time. So, yeah, we don't have anything that can use slow time here, but we might be able to do this in 30 minutes. And we want to use a fairy type. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Give me a diamond reveal, actually. Alright. Also... just in case I feel the need, I think I'm gonna bring Zygarde along. I may or may not actually use it. It depends. Let's just see what happens. Let's do this. Let's go. We don't need to actually use Diamond Reveal, we just need the fairy type set. Let's go! Okay. What I might do is I might actually let Greninja activate some stuff for us. Also, I'm gonna use Dragonite. Oh, it only works at the start? Oops, my bad. Well, you know what? I'm gonna try this again then. I'm just gonna fix that. Alright, now let's actually do this for real this time. Let's do this. And if you don't have like a bunch of pick rights, don't do that once you use a Pokemon like Greninja. Oops. But this time, why do I keep doing that? Activate Greninja. Alright. Alright, so we know this has to be a 4. No, 4. This has to be a 5, which means those are included. This has to be a 6, which means those are included. Alright. This needs to be... You have a 2 and a 3. Actually, no, we know this needs to be in the 2, that needs to be in the 3. That's all we know for right this second. We know that that can't be in the 2, because that's a 2. That's a 2. And that's a 1, meaning that's the 2. It's a 4, meaning that can't be in there. We know those are in the 4. We also know this is a 14, which means we have that. Wow, 14, that's actually pretty big. Alright. Well, we know for a fact that... Well, we'll keep going. Alright. This needs to be in the 2 then, meaning this is the 4. Okay. These need to be connected to be in the 5, meaning that has to be part of the 5. These need to be in the 6. This needs to be a 9, which means they need to be connected. So... that means we have that in the 9. And Blue Force is now gone. Alright. Well, that's a 4. This would be our 6. So this is our 6 right here. Okay, this needs to be a 4, which means we have those have to be in there. This is a 2, that's a 1. This is a 5. Alright, this is a 5. This is a 6. That's a 3, and that's a 2. Okay. We know that these middle ones have to be in the 12. I think that's all we pretty much know for right this second, though. So, that is useful enough, I guess. Alright, we know that we need a 4. This is going to have to be the 1 then, because it can't fit a 5. So we know that's there. We know this is a 7, which means we have... those have to be in the 7. We know those aren't in the 5. Alright. This needs to be a 3, because you can't fit a 3 above it, so those can't be in there. This needs to be a 2, but we don't know if it's the first 2 or the second 2. Okay. This needs to be in the 6, and this needs to be in the 6, which means that, well, we know obviously those aren't in the 7. We have these 5 are in the 7, that's also in the 7, which means we need these to be separate. So there we go. Alright. This needs to be a 5, which means that's our 2, and we have another completed column. Alright. So far, this is working so far. That's part of the 5. This is not. Meaning we have this as the 6. That's not part of the 5. This is the 3. That's a 2. That's our 2, meaning that's not. That needs to be a 1. That appears to be the first one. That's the second one. This is a 3, and we have nothing there. Okay. This needs to be a 4 and a 1. So... that can't be a 2, so that means we have, that's our 3 and our 2. So that's the first third done. That's good to have done. Alright, that has to be in our 6 then. Which means that's not, which is another row done. This is a 3. We need a 1 and a 4, meaning that has to be the 1 because the 4 has to include those. We don't know where that last one is quite yet. Alright. So, we know for a fact that that here, these can't be connected, so we have this has to be in the, that has to be the 4, meaning that's a 2. And there's our 1. Alright. We also know that's a 7, and those are 1s. This needs to be a 2. And we need that to be the 6. We need a 1 and a 4, meaning those have to be in the 4, which are 2s. Well, you know what? Might as well use Greninja now. Alright. So, we know that the 3, this has to be in the 3. Because you can't fit a 7 and a 3 over here, meaning those can't be in there. We also know that those have to be in the 7. Alright. We know for a fact this can't be... Wait a minute, I think this has to be a 1. I'm pretty sure this has to be a 1. And so does this. But we don't know which one. Actually, no, that could be the 2. That could be the 2. Probably isn't, but it could be. Alright. But... oh, no. Something seems a little off here. This should be a 4, not a 5. So... something seems off. Because this needs to be a 1. So... and this needs to be a 3. So that wouldn't be there. Alright. That seems to make a little more sense. Maybe? I don't know. We said our blue force, but on the bright side, hopefully we're at least not doing something wrong. Alright. But we still haven't gotten very far. Okay. We need this to be in the 5. This needs to be a 2, which means we have a 2 down here. Which is kind of convenient. Alright. We also know... wait a minute. We can actually do 1, 1, and 4. That's done. Alright. Meaning this needs to be true. Which means that... that needs to be true. Which means that's true. Okay. Oops. This would be a 3. That's a 1. These need to be connected to be a 4, so it goes downward, because that row is done. This needs to be a 2. Another 2. There's a 2. There's a 1, meaning this is a 2. And a 1. Alright. So, we know for a fact this can't possibly be a 2. Or if it is a 2, it can't go this way. So that can't be true. Which means this is our 2 right here. And these are 1s. So this has to be a 1. And that needs to be a 2 and a 2. 12, we have that. Alright. That needs to be a 2. That's a 3. That's a 1. That's a 2. We have a 1 down here. That's a 2. So that's the 2. That's our 3. 1. We have a 2. 1 and 1. That needs to be a 2. Which means this needs... No, wait a minute. That's the end of this row. My bad. Alright. We need a 1 in here. We need another 1. We need a 2, and a 1. Alright. We know that needs to be in there, which means this is there. So it means we have that, and we have this. So with that, within 13.5 minutes, made a little error in there, but I seem to have noticed, luckily, just in time. With that, we have drawn and captured Yveltal. Awesome. Didn't use slow time, but we did get 2 Picross. So hey, can't complain there. Oh, right. So I guess we're able to move on to the next area. Let's move on to Area 13. Road beyond the new Pokemon. Let's do this. Thanks to you, my research in various areas is making good progress. I'll give you more rewards for training, so keep it up. Alright. Well. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's do this. Alright, we want to do it in 5 minutes, use a fire type, and autocorrect 3 or fewer times. Alright, fire types. Fire types have cross reveal, right? Yes, they do. Alright. And we want to use autofix 3 or fewer times. I don't intend on using autofix, so whatever. Also, oops, I don't need to do that, but might as well heal them up in case I want to use them. Alright. Let's do this in 5 or fewer minutes. Might as well use the cross reveal. Why not? Alright, let's do this. Alright, we know that this needs to be in the 5. We know this would have to be the 2 then. There's the 4 and the 1. That needs to be in the 5. That's a 3. That's a 3. So that's our 5. Alright, we know this is a 1. That's a 1. And we need a 2 in here. That's a 2. Okay. That's our 5. That's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 1. And we have a 3. Okay, we need a 2 in here. That's a 1. Could be a 2. Well, we know those are out. We have a 3, which means it includes that. Fair enough. Okay, we need a 1 in here. We know this needs to be a 1. Actually, no, the 1 could be above it. Actually, it can't. So, we have that, meaning that's our 1. We have a 3. It has to be here. Meaning that's a 2. That would be the 2 and the 3. And there's our 2 and our 2. So with that, we have captured and drawn Snivy. Nice. Alright. So with that, we are going to get a mural tile and 5 Picross. That was a nice easy one. I'm always happy to do these easy stages. They're always fun. Alright. Set at least 1 rock type. Do I even have a rock type? I don't even think I have a rock type. I don't even know what they do. I legitimately don't have a rock type, do I? Well, I guess I can't use a rock type, can I? Well, we're gonna do this in 5 minutes nonetheless. Let's do this. Alright, Tepig, your turn. Do what you can. Alright. Well, we know that's the 2. No, this is a 2, that's a 3. Here's our 3, meaning the rest of this is empty. We have these 3s, that's a 1. Those are 3s, that's a 1. Here's our 2. The rest of that is empty, so half of the work is now done for us. We have 1 and a 2 and a 1. So we have a 1 somewhere in here, that's 2, so that does that. We know these are in the 3. We know that these can't be connected, so that's the 2, and that's part of the 3. We also know that this needs to be a 2, which means the rest of this is empty, which means this is true, meaning that row is done, which basically means that we have, this is the 3, we have another 1, which means this needs to be a 1, which means this is the 4, which means that's not there, which means we have these are in the 3. That's our 3, that's our 1. We have 2 1s, which means we have this, and we have that, and that. So with that, we have drawn Aerodactyl. And we did it in 5 minutes, no problem. So with that, we got a mural tile and a nice little Picross. Alright. So, Aerodactyl does Mega Evolve. I guess we'll go after that later on when we go after some Megas. But for now, we want to use a bug type. Do we have a bug type even? Yeah, we do. We do. We have Scizor. We have Spinarak. All sorts of Pokemon. Slash Reveal we do not have. Unless... Is Aerodactyl considered rock or flying? We have a Slash Reveal user! Oh my goodness. We have a rock type Slash Reveal, so basically this would be a time to use... You know, I'm gonna go back later on and I'm gonna go back and start using Slash Reveal. I wanna see what it does too, so... This time we do get an opportunity to actually use it. So, let's do this! Let's see what Slash Reveal does. Oh, that's it. Thought it was gonna look a lot cooler than that. Whatever. Alright. Alas. Alright, well, that's okay. Not gonna complain. Alright, let's see. This is a 3, that's a 2. This is a 4. That row's done, there's a 4. We need a 5 and a 1. Everything left of that's done. Alright. We have a 4, we have a 2, 1 and a 6. That has to be a 2. Which means we have that can't be, meaning this is part of the 2, meaning this is the 4. These would need to be connected then. Which would give us the 6, that's the 5, and the 1. We have a 4 in here. Well, we know these need to be the 3 then. No, wait a minute, my bad. That's the 3, we need a 1. So there's a 5. Oops. There's the 2. There's the 6. 4 and 2 would be... Well, there's the 4, there's the 1. 5, and we need a 1. Wait a minute. There we go. Well, alright, so now we have another bug. Yet another bug. So with that, no problem, we're gonna get all the pick rights for Wurmple. That was not a tough stage. Not in the least. Alright. So with that, we have actually drawn and captured Wurmple. Next up is gonna be... want to use a fighting type. Do it in 5 minutes. Hyperscan. If I remember to use the hyperscan, I'll be happy to do that. Alright, do we have a... Alright, where are the fighting types? I know we have Panchams, so... I know we have fighting types. Whatever. Alright. Actually... Oops, I want to use Slash Reveal. Oh, wait a minute, we had... Quagsire and Sandile had Slash Reveal the whole time. I'm a failure as a person. I officially feel like a failure. Also, we need 2 more fighting types. I don't think we have 2 fighting types. No, we can't do this. Alright. Well, we can still do it in 5 minutes. If we do it right, so. Whatever. Alright, let's do this. We have a 3, a 2, and a 1. It doesn't... Well, we know for a fact this needs to be in the 3. Okay. We know that we need that to be in the 6. So those aren't in the 6. Alright, we know that needs to be a 1. We also know that that needs to be in a 3. Wait a minute. I think. Well, probably is. Alright. We need... You know what? Oh, we only can do it in the beginning. Keep on forgetting. Wow, okay. This stage is not easy. Not in the least. Alright, let's do... I don't even know, to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna use Dragonite, I think. Or... You know what? Let's use that Slash Reveal that we now have. Since we have it, so why not do a little bit of testing with it? Let's do this. Alright. Well, I mean, that did something. Wait a minute. That could be a 2. Those are definitely 1s. That is probably... That has to be a 2. Meaning that's the 3. Okay. We also know that's in the 3, which means this is not, meaning this is the 2. That's the 1. That has to be a 1, which means this is the 3. That's a 1. The 3 has to be down here, so those are in the 3. Those seem to be in the 3, which means we have this row done. The 2 is to be right here. That's in the 2, meaning that's a 1, meaning that's a 2. So you have that. This is the 1, meaning this is not, which means this is 3. That is not, which means we need 2 more 1s, which are right there. Okay. That's a 2. Rest is nothing. Those are in the 6, meaning that's not. We need a 2 and a 3, meaning the 3 would have to be over here. The rest of here is nothing. Meaning we have a 1 right here. Wait, that needs to be a 2. Meaning that's a 2 right there, meaning the 6 goes there. So we have this, we have that. That's a 2, we have a 1 and a 1, and we have, oops, we have, sorry, 2 and 1. There we go. So yeah, Slasher Drill definitely made a difference there. But with that, we have drawn and captured Chansey. So many open spaces there. Alright. So with that, we are going to get the mural tile, but we're not. I forgot to use Hyperscan because I am quite the fool. Whatever. That's probably why they ask you to use Hyperscan, because it's very easy to, I guess, make mistakes there, because if you're not using Pokemon skills, that could definitely hinder you, I suppose, on your way along. So, whoa, that looks like a big one. This one's a 10 by 10. Alright, clear in 5 minutes, set at least 2 Pokemon. Alright. Energy gauge is low. Let's do this anyway. Here we go. You know what? Let's do this. Let's use Quagsire, because why not? Alright, we know that that needs to be in the 6. Alright, we know that's a 3. We know this is a 1. Meaning we have that one and this one. And that row is done. Alright. That's a 1. That's a 1. We know we have... those are in the 3. We have... this is probably the 1, but it could be the 2. This needs to be the 2. Meaning that's the 1. Alright. This needs to be the 1 then, because you can't fit 2 there. So this can't be the 2, meaning this would have to be... actually, I don't know yet. Alright. Well, we know we have... this needs to be a 2. Meaning that can't be in the 2, which means this is in the 2, which means that's a 1. That's a 1. Alright. We need... well, that's a 1. This needs to be the 3, which means we don't have that stuff. Which means we have this 1. That's a 2. That's a 3, that's a 2. That's a 1, that's a 2. That's a 2. Which means we have... we need 2 and 1. That needs to be in the 2. Which means... oh great. I want to expand the energy gauge. Now unlimited. Okay, that's convenient. Alright. That's too convenient. Alright, let's do this, which means we have... that goes there. Which means that can't be there, which means we have that. Alright. Now this needs to be a 2. That needs to be a 3. Well, we know that has to be in the 2. Which means that's not the 1. Alright. We know that is not. We know that's a 1, which means... I mean, we obviously know that's not there. Neither is that. Okay, we have a 3 in here. Well, that's the 2. Meaning we have Well, we have that 1, which means we don't have that, which means we have this is the 3. We have this. That's a 2. You have this. And that's the 3, meaning that's the 1 and the 1. So with that, we have drawn and captured Totodile. So yeah, we're gonna get the 6 Picross for that. That was not a difficult one. They didn't ask too much out of us other than just to do it. And what did it say we just did? We just got an award. Master Painter. Okay, we are a Master Painter. And it looks like we have another 20 by 15 set. At least 3 Pokemon. Use only Square Reveal. Alright, what has Square Reveal? I know Zygarde does. We can't use Dragonite here. Alright, you know what? Let's use Zygarde 10% then. Yeah, we can't use multiple Zygardes, unfortunately. Whatever, I'll just bring a bunch of Square Reveal users, even though they can't all get used. Whatever. We can only use Square Reveal. Set at least 3 Pokemon. That we did. Let's do this! So some Square Reveals, Dragonite has to be... Dragonite could have been used? Wow, okay. So... Alright, you know what? This is actually kind of funny how some can only be used in the beginning and some can only be used not at the beginning. I'm just gonna use all of these because why not? Alright, let's do this. Alright, that's a 2, that's a 2, that's a 5, meaning that's a nothing, meaning this needs to be a 6. Which means the rest of this is nothing. That could be a 2 or a 4. That needs to be a 1, meaning that's a 2, meaning that's a nothing. That's a 3, that's a 2. That's a nothing. That's a 1. That's a 2. That means we have 3 1s down there. That's a 1. Alright. We have 1, 1, 1, 1. This is a 2, that's a 1, that's a 3. Alright, we have one more 1 in that column. Wait a minute. No, that's a 2. And a 3. Which means we have the 1s. Alright. Which means that's the 3, and we have our first row done. That needs to be the 2, which means that is the 3. Alright. Which means we have that 1. Now we have a 3 in here, which means this needs to be in the 3. Which means it needs to be in this 3. Alright. So we have our second row done. Or technically it's the 4th row, but it's our second finished row. That needs to be a 1, meaning we have this as a 1. And we have one more 1 that is over there, but we don't know anything other than that. Well, we know for a fact that we need these to be 1s and that to be a 2. No, wait a minute. We don't know about these 1s. We only know about that 2. But we do know about that 4, though. Which is another completed row. That needs to be empty. Alright. So we have a 1 somewhere in here. That's a 1. That's a 1. That's a 2. Alright. That needs to be a 3. That needs to be a 2. This needs to be a 2. And that's a 1. This needs to be a 4. And that's a 3. That's a 2. And we need a 1 underneath that 4. Which means we need these to be separate, because that has to be a 2. Which means we have a 7. And we need a 4 and a 2. Alright. So from there, we can keep going. We have... These need to be 1s. So since those are 1s, that means that this needs to also be a 1. But then the one to the left has to be a 2. Thing is, I don't know if the 2 goes to the left or to the right from there, so that kind of is a thing. But we know that the 9 is going to need to include, oops, those. Which means we have that 3. And we have that that's in the 2. We also need a 1 and a 4. A 1, 1, 4, which actually will fit perfectly, it looks like. Alright. Which means we have that column done. In fact, it's our second column to finish. Alright, this needs to be a 1, that's a 1, actually no, that's a 4, that's a 1. That's a 3, and that's a 2. Alright. Meaning that we need this to be a 1. In fact, these are both 1s, and that's a 3. That's a 1. Those are connected to be a 3, and we have that. Which means we have that row done. Okay. We need a 1 in here. That needs to be a 1, though. That needs to be a 5. Oops. So, that means that's a 1. And we have the 2s over there. This needs to be a 3, and that needs to be a 2. Which means this is the 2. That's a 2, which means the 9 is going to have to go that way. Wait a second. Up to there. But then we can't fit 2 1s. Something's wrong here. We need to fit this would have to be the 2. Which means that would be the 9. So the 2 would have to go here, and that fixes it. Wow. Okay. Sometimes when things seem a little bit odd, you just have to change what you have, so it'll make sense. Kind of counterintuitive, I think, but whatever. So that's that column. That's a 2, which finishes that column. Well, that's the 9. This column's done. We have that one there. This is a 2, which means that's that column. There's the 3. Okay, we have that would be the 1 there, because these need to not be connected, so that's the 2 and the 2. Which means we have... This is a 1. That would have to be a 1 there, which means that's a 3. You have that there. That's a 2. That's the 3. The 3 will have to include... Wait a minute. No, wait. We need a 3 here, which is there. That's a 2. 5 and a 2. We have that, which means we have a 3, and a 1, and a 3. So with that, in under 10 minutes, so within 9 minutes and 2 seconds, we have drawn and captured Heatran! Alright, that deserves the crown, I think. Alright, so with that we got a mural tile and 5 Picross. That is Area 13. Alright, so, next time, you know what, I'll unlock it now, but we'll go on to Area 14. Next time we'll go on to Area 14, I guess. That'll be interesting, I'm sure. I'm sure that will. So, next time we'll see what Area 14 has just waiting for us. I'm sure it'll be fun, as is every other area. Well, thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time we go take on Area 14. Goodbye.